Ashley Knight covering the recent tsunami and earthquake disaster in eastern Japan. But before I cover the disaster, I would like to give you a brief history on Japan. Japan is located in eastern Asia between the northern Pacific Ocean and east of the Korean Peninsula. How long Japan has been a country is unknown, but historians estimate it has been a country since 10,000 BC. Over 127 million people inhabit Japan, and they speak over 6 different languages, including Japanese, Okinawan, which is a regional language, Ainu, which is a minority language, Korean, Chinese, Tagalog, and Portuguese, which are immigrant languages. Despite the languages, only 3 ethnic groups live in Japan, which include Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. Japan is most known for the U.S. bombing on Hiroshima and for being included in the Ring of Fire for having over 200 volcanoes in its landscape, the most famous being Mount Fuji. Japan's climate varies from subtropical to temperate, so why would an earthquake, let alone a tsunami, occur? On March 11, 2011, eastern Japan experienced a 9.0 underwater earthquake which triggered tsunami waves. The combined force of the 2 disasters triggered flooding, landslides, fires, building and infrastructure damage, and multiple nuclear meltdowns. Over 15,000 deaths have been reported, almost 6,000 have been reported injured, and over 4,000 reported missing. Japan is still assessing the cost of the damages, but it is estimated to be between $180 through $300 billion. And Japan's efforts to rebuild are still unknown. Thank you for watching Weather in the News. Now going to Ashley Johnson.
Good morning and thank you for watching Weather in the News. I'm Ashley Johnson giving you an update about Italy. Italy, as you can see on the map, is the boot-shaped country in Western Europe. It's bordered by France, Austria, Slovenia, and Switzerland. Italy has been a country since 1861. That's 150 years ago. The current population of Italy is roughly 60 million. The languages most often spoken in Italy is Italian, but there are 34 other languages spoken also, like French, Greek, and Sicilian. There are mostly Italian ethnic groups, but with clusters of German, French, Albanian Italians, and Greek Italians. The climate in Italy, they have a variety of climates. Inland northern areas have a humid subtropical climate. The coastal areas have the Mediterranean climate. In the north and south during the winter, temperatures are extremely cold. Temperatures get to -2 degrees or lower. Interesting facts about Italy. The life expectancy rate for men is 70 years old and 84 years old for women. The electricity measurement, volt, comes from Arsenio Volt, who invented the first battery in 1779. A severe storm hit Italy in September 8, 2010. It's called a supercell. A supercell is a thunderstorm, sometimes referred to as a rotating thunderstorm. Supercells are not common to occur in Italy, but if the weather is right, then it will. All supercells occur in moist climates. The supercell that occurred in North Italy has an HP, meaning it brought high precipitation. The supercell lasted only for minutes until the rain started and it disappeared. On to other news in Italy. As we all remember the murder trial of Meredith Kreitzer and the conviction of Amanda Knox. On October 3, 2011, Amanda's conviction was reversed when an Italian appeals court threw out her murder conviction because of misleading evidence. On October 4, 2011, Amanda was released from the Perugian prison. She returned home to Seattle, Washington with her family after being in Italy for nearly 4 years. This is Ashley Johnson signing off. Now to my good friend Dylan Plaint.
Thank you, Ashley. Good evening. This is Dylan Plaint coming to you from the NBC studio. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about France. France has been a country since the 13th century. France also has a population of 65 million people. In France, 5 different languages are spoken: French, English, Spanish, Italian, and German. This country has several different minorities, including Celtic and Latin with Teutonic, Slavic, North African, Sub-Saharan African, Indo-Chinese, and Basque. Some cultural facts about France is there are about 40,000 castles, and they have won 13 Nobel Prizes for literature. Their climate is mild and moderately wet. On August 8, 2008, a tornado hit northern France and killed 3 people, injuring 9. It cost about $4,000 in damages. FEMA assisted individuals and businesses with low-interest loans. And now I'm going to hand it over to Ashley Tuggle.
Thank you, Dylan. This is Natalie Tuggle reporting from NBC Nightly News. I will be reporting about the country Chile. Chile has been a country since February 12, 1818. Population of Chile is estimated at 17.2 million. Chile is a country in South America with a long coastal strip between the Andes Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. The most common languages spoken in Chile is Spanish and German. The Chilean population is around 95%, 3% Amerindian, and 2% other. Chile's most popular sport is association football. Chile has appeared in 8 FIFA World Cups, which includes hosting the 1962 World Cup, where the national football team finished 3rd. Gabriela Mistral, who is from Chile, was the first Latin American to win a Nobel Prize in Literature. On July 24, 2011, Chile had a severe winter storm hit. It was declared a white earthquake after a huge ice storm occurred, causing huge traffic jams and left thousands stranded. There were no deaths, however, more than 6,500 people were isolated. The cost of the damages was estimated at around $2 million. The efforts to rebuild was extreme. There was so much destroyed in this storm. Now off to Liam Smith.
Good morning. Today we will be discussing Saudi Arabia. But first let's talk about their history. They have been a country since 1902, or for 109 years. They have a population of about 30 million people. The country is located in the Middle East, and it is one of the largest countries in the Middle East. They are the world's largest oil exporters, and their main religion is Muslim. Their ethnic groups is Arabic, and which is 90%, and 10% of it is Afro-Asian. Their religion of Muslim has them pray 5 times a day, and their holy day is on Friday. And in 2009, they had massive thunderstorms and flooding come across out of nowhere. They had about 30 people die, some missing, and it cost a few $1 million to repair all of the damage. Now, I will be signing off, and please welcome Tristan Sparks.
This is Tristan Sparks giving you a review on Cuba. Cuba is located south of Florida in the Bahamas. It is 90 miles from the southern tip of Florida and is located in the West Indies. Cuba has been its own independent country for 109 years now. It is home to over 11 million people. Spanish, English, and French are always spoken on a regular basis in Cuba, although Spanish is the official language. White, black, mulatto, and mestizo are Cuba's major ethnic groups. Some fun facts for you is that it used to be a state before it won its independence in 1902. Also, its motto, Patria o Muerte, which means homeland or death. The climate of Cuba is mostly semi-tropical. The temperatures normally range from 70 degrees to 80 degrees. Cuba has rain from May to October. The mountain areas receive over 70 inches, but most lowland areas receive 35 to 55 inches annually. Droughts are very common in Cuba. Also, Cuba's eastern coast is often hit by hurricanes from August to October. Hurricane Dennis traveled right over Cuba in 2005. The hurricane formed in the Caribbean on July 4, 2005, with winds up to 150 miles per hour, and dissipated on July 13, 2005. The storm tore through Cuba, leaving 16 deaths and 1.4 million in damages. Around 120,000 homes were damaged, and 15,000 of which were destroyed. Cuba is through rebuilding from Dennis. This is Tristan Sprock signing off, and I'll turn it over to Taylor Phillips.
Hi, this is Taylor Phillips with an update of the New England state, New Jersey, also known as the Garden State. It became a state in 1787, December 18th. It was the third state to be a part of the United States. They speak mostly English but some Spanish. The population is about 8 million people. 7.3 are Italian, 6.5 are Cuban, 5.4 are Indian, and 4.4 are German. The state motto is Liberty and Prosperity, and the flower is Purple Violet. It's home of the popular MTV reality show Jersey Shore. The climate is moderate with cold winters, warm, humid summers. This storm was a tornado in Long Branch, New Jersey. It was at 10 o'clock p.m. August 24th. It was the fiercest northeast storm. It carried houses 300 feet. No loss of lives, but a lot of damaged homes. Expected cost $2 million. Men worked hard to rebuild everything. Again, this is Taylor Phillips, and thank you for watching tonight's special edition of the NBC Nightly News. We hope that you will join us tomorrow.